Hello, 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 hello. You're welcome. Good to see you. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me. You're welcome back to the People's Channel, your real property manager here. And we will be delving into today's topic, which is how to do a showing. Okay, so before you do a showing, before we do showings, we pre-qualify the potential tenant using background check. Background check includes their criminal background, are they able to pay for the room, their history. We look into all of that, but there are no surprises, so we'll make everything clear to them from the get-go. In the ad, in the ad, we supply all information they need. Pretty much all reasonable information that any human being will need is supplied in the ad. So that prevents us from going back and forth, wasting our precious time and wasting their time as well. And you want to make sure that you make this run pretty much on autopilot and only come in when you need to come in. So you're not spinning your wheels, getting a million people to come look at the property that they may not qualify for, or that, all wasting your time, So it's important. So very good picture plays a part in that, so you want to make sure that you take very good pictures. That's one. You also want to make sure that all the information they need to know is made available upfront. How much is the room? What is the expectation? Do you allow smoking in the property, outside the property, noise levels, all of that? Pretty much you put something without writing pages and pages, but they get a sense of what you expect as property manager, or as a homeowner. Especially if you're living in the same house, you don't want a situation where you have issues just because you didn't do your due diligence in the selective process without discriminating. You just have to select the right tenant without discriminating. You must not discriminate. You must make sure you're abiding by FHA rules, so you don't get the lawsuit. So that's very key. And so pretty much our properties, we have camera systems outside. We have all entrance and exit doors have remote lock and unlock capabilities. Our entrance and exit doors lock also have the ability for us to give passcodes, one-time passcodes, all of that. An ability to read the battery level of the doors so that we have all that information. Also, bonus point, every property we manage, we have a manual door lock system. That's I mean to say a box outside the door that is installed, that has a manual code that we keep, but we have those set in camera view. Yes, so we have that. In one of the properties, we also have the one that has a remote unlock. The reason why we have that is as a security device or a security system for for example, if for any reason the battery fails at the entrance doors, then they have one key for the entrance door, but it's locked in a lock box with a code. The reason why we prefer manual codes there is to avoid the situation where the battery dies, on that. But pretty much you can, if you want to use the one that is Wi-Fi enabled, that you can remotely unlock, you can also do that. Make sure that what you're purchasing, you have ability to remotely check on the battery. Or just like in one property that we manage that has a battery operated lockbox, Again, the lockbox is not for the door, it's only for an entrance, just the door, entrance door key, not the key to the tenant's bedrooms, only the entrance door key. Like I said, the reason for that is to make sure that we don't have a situation where there's a lockout because of it. In our entrance door, we had a situation that happened a few weeks ago where two tenants called and said, well, the back door, the porch door, which is also an entrance, the battery appears to be dead. We checked in the app and it still shows that the battery had a reasonable life in it. So obviously, the app didn't read the battery level correctly, but we always carry batteries, 2-year long-lasting batteries around. We always carry it. So if there's a situation like that, we don't have to order it. So we already have it handy. So we just stop by, pop it in. But because we also have the exit and entrance door have the same, code, they were able to also get in and out using the other entrance, using their specific codes. We do not give every tenant has their code for the entrance door. We do not give hard copy keys to tenants for the entrance door, so that a situation where they leave, all we need to do, or we terminate their lease, or they come to the end of their lease and they decide to move on, we just go ahead and delete that code from the system. The only time that we allow access to hard copied keys, that the physical key, is if in the case of an emergency where the battery is dead, which that we've not had an experience of that. It's just to have a backup system in place in case anything happens to the front door. Maybe the battery goes dead or the electronic device is not working, then they can just put in the physical key. We just give them access to the code and they can put in the physical key and get in. Our systems are built on making sure the tenant does not suffer. The tenant is happy. The happy tenant is a long-lasting tenant. And it's amazing to me that we have, as I speak right now, 100% satisfied tenants while maintaining very strict relationship, in the sense that they still have to do their cleaning, they still have to do everything. But we are very proactive. And whenever a tenant raises a complaint of any kind or calls for something, like today, a tenant calls and says there's no light, there's no power in the house. Duh, what? Oh, I said there's no power in the house, but I just logged into the camera system and the camera system is on. So that's part of the way that we also check when they say stuff. I would just log into the camera system, which is outside. If the camera system wasn't on, then that means there's an outage, because the camera system is operating off of Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is also operating off of power from the house. So I said, well, can you step out from your room and go check the kitchen area, the living room? Oh, he said, oh, there's power in the living room. So I said, okay, well, we're gonna direct you to where the breaker box is. He goes to the breaker box in the garage, and the breaker are fine. So I said, wait a minute, there must be a problem with your GFCI, is that what it's called? Probably in your bathroom. So he comes, I said, because if someone turned off, sometimes that happens. We had a situation it's a long story, but bottom line was that this tenant, he was playing his piano, and he plugged in his piano in the kitchen, and the switch, and he tripped the GFCI switch in the kitchen and turns off the refrigerator. And then he, it's a long story, he lied about some stuff, And when we logged into those that came in, he said, well, he thinks that something happened, that while he was away at school, that someone came and stole the light bulb from the the refrigerator. I said, wait a minute. Okay, let's see. Let's get in. We checked the camera system for those that came into the building, and it was only him and his girlfriend. We'll check the record for those that logged that came into the house through the door using their door code. It was only him that came in. Of course, he probably gave the girlfriend his code, the entrance code. So I said, well, come on now, stop lying. At that point, he said, he came for. I said, that's why we have the system in place. It keeps everyone honest. You can't lie to us. These systems are there to protect you and I and the homeowner. Okay, so like I said, well, check this. Go to your bathroom and check, and then a few seconds later, he said, yeah, his fire is back. Obviously, maybe he may have trying to shave or something. He may have tripped off the switch, and the switch came on and cut off the light to his room or whatever. Well, he just told me, okay, everything's fine. Meanwhile, that made me go straight to say, well, what could have happened? Because he didn't express he didn't pass on correct information. He told me there was no power in the house. I was wondering, how, if there's no power in the house, how come the other tenants didn't say anything? But apparently that was not true. But see, that could have made me drive miles, or my assistant drive miles down there, if we didn't have this in place. We have systems help your workflow a lot, make it a lot easier. All right, so with the information with the door lock and the door locks that we use, you are able to do remote viewing. For example, if you want, you can give them a temporary passcode. And if it's an empty house, then there's nothing to worry about. Just give them a link, and then from the link, tell them that this is going to be recorded. You can do a Zoom link. Tell them this is going to be recorded. You record every tenant that comes in to do viewing. You are live with them on your camera, on your phone, on your computer while you do the recording. As they go in and out, they can ask you questions of any rooms or what utilities or anything as they go with you, and then you give them direction while you're watching on the phone. Tell them, okay, well, it was a pleasure doing this viewing with them together. Make sure that they close the door and check it, and then yeah, so if you have some of these things in place, you don't have to worry about doing in-person viewing. But if there are other tenants that already live in the house, you notify them, give them a 24 hours notice based on the lease. For example, our lease says we'll give a 24-hour notice, except for an emergency situation. You let them know that there's going to be a viewing for that room that is remaining, or if you think it's a tenant or candidate, you can show up in person, or if it's a hotcake like we have, if you rental properties that we manage that was near a college. So we had almost 90-something interest in 2 rooms. So we had to set up days. After, we had to set up days for viewing, or tell them this and this time is what's we are available. And we schedule them for the viewing. You can do that also, where you show up and within the time that is specified. And that also makes others know that, look, there are other interests in this room, and that puts some element of competition. Okay. Yeah, so that is it. That's the bottom line of how we do remote viewing or in-person viewing, and without putting a lot of pressure on you to show 90 something interested candidates or potential tenants, spending your wheels and spending all that time to show them. All right, thank you. Make sure you subscribe for great quality content. We're gonna keep them coming. At some point, we will be dropping some more powerful content. Right now, we're just taking a little bit of aspects, and at some point, we're gonna bring them all together. If you have any questions, feel free to drop questions on comments and comments, and also if you have any topic you would like us to answer, feel free to message us. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like and share also with your friends. Thank you. Have a great day.